Please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer, Calix, Michael Weening.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to ConneXions 2023. I am so excited that we could host you this year at Las Vegas. It's our biggest ConneXions ever. And if you look at what we're going to talk about today, we're going to do two things. First, we're going to talk about customer success. We're going to talk about the incredible things that all of you did through the last year to make your community successful. And then we're going to come together and we're going to share. We're going to share about how we help each other learn and do the best things for those communities. And that sharing leads to the second part, the focus of this conference, which is innovation. And if you look over our 20-year history, that's all about innovation. How do we come together, use our platform, harness the things that you see as opportunities to make you better, to help you win in your market for your communities and the people who you serve. So welcome to this event. It's going to be amazing. And as I look back on 2023, this to me is my favorite slide. But I have to tell you, this slide is really hard. And it's really hard because if we were to take all of the successes that you have shared with us over the last year and tried to put it up on a slide, it would be 30 slides. Over and over again, every single day, our team has the pleasure of working with you to change the lives of the community you serve. But look at these numbers. So we picked a few. 68% first call resolution, 50% reduction in truck rolls, 50% reduction in truck rolls, 80% faster network time, higher margins, 400%, and all over the place, Net Promoter Scores of 90 plus. 90 plus. That's not seen in industries, but that's what you do every single day. On this slide is not just one company succeeding, it's an entire industry succeeding. And I cannot tell you what helps us get up and be excited every single day is that we get to celebrate this with you every single day and we get to participate in it. And look, we've been here for 24 years. We were founded in the United States, and Carl Russo, our founder, is here. And I still remember the first time I met him 7 years ago. And we had a conversation around, explain to me who Calix is. And he talked about the journey of founding the company all those years ago and what he wanted it to be. And right from the get-go, he made a choice. That choice was a cultural choice, which is not to be a company who goes after a large organization and becomes the job shop for that one company. Because he firmly believed if you want to build a great company over time, you have to understand a market. If you only focus on one big company, you become too narrow, and you don't achieve great things. And what this slide is a testament to that philosophy. We have harnessed everything that you've shared with us, how you've taught us how to be a better company every single day. And over 24 years, we've made it great thanks to you. And every single day, we celebrate your success. And if you look over here, we have a brand, Simtel. And as you notice, they also are crushing it, 1,200% growth. And I'm really glad to say that in the crowd, can we bring the lights up? We actually have the founders, our very first Calix customer here. So could you guys stand up, please? Please give a big round of applause for Corey and Jean Baldwin, the very first Calix customers. Now, Carl, how is it that Jean didn't get an awkward hug? You give everybody an awkward hug. Oh, he got the awkward hug off camera. Well, there you go. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Thank you for being with us right from the beginning 24 years ago. We cannot thank you enough. And all of you, thank you for being in the room. Lights down. So along that 24 years, we have changed into a radically different company, founded in the United States. And through that 24 years, we've partnered with you to transform rural America, rural Canada, and a number of other markets. And through that transformation, you'll have seen 2 weeks ago, we took a next step. We have always been compliant when it comes to funding. We've always done the right things that you've wanted us to do. And 2 weeks ago, we announced that we are going to do local manufacturing to ensure that you are compliant with all programs. But for us, doing manufacturing in the United States, it was easy. Why? because of the journey that we've been on being as a platform company. If you go back 20 years ago, it would have been hard. We would have had 3,000, 4,000 SKUs. It would have been a difficult thing to do. But because of the company you have helped us become, we only have 300 SKUs. And therefore, deciding to put it in local manufacturing was an easy thing to do. So thank you for helping us do that. Thank you for helping us go on this journey and be successful. We greatly appreciate it, and all the great things are coming out of it. And what I'm most proud of is that innovation that started here in the United States has expanded radically across the world. That's what great technologies, that's what great innovation do. They go across the world. And in this room, we have people from 22 countries. We have people from the UK, Australia, New Zealand, all across Europe, Africa, who have joined us to harness the innovation, to harness the ethos of this event, which is all around your success, and to collaborate with you and be wildly successful. So thank you for making the journey. Thank you for being here for us today and going through this. And look, that 24-year journey has been up and down. To transform from a hardware company into an appliance, platform, software company has been difficult, but you stuck with us. And we really appreciate it. We're now over 1,000 customers on our platforms. That's a huge milestone, and we continue to grow at an incredibly rapid rate. Part of that is because the value of a platform is actually how you go beyond your own technologies and enable a partner ecosystem, people to partner with who make 1 + 1 = 4, so that we can all be successful at a faster pace. And in this crowd and at the conference in the Innovation Center, you're going to see almost 100 partners out there, and they've sponsored this conference to make it possible. But more importantly, they have the same philosophy that we have, which is understanding you, celebrating your success, and then jointly innovating to take that success higher. So let's give them a huge round of applause and thanks for sponsoring the conference. We really, really appreciate it. And as I said, the thematic of the conference, we actually changed it last year to these two themes, which again capture the ethos of what we're trying to do. Celebrating your success and harnessing it so we can learn from each other, and then innovating. Innovating on a perpetual basis, taking the platform and doing great things with it. The good thing about when you become a software and cloud platform company is you can do anything. The hard thing about it is you can do anything. We could decide to be like a giant and just do what we think is right. Or what we could do is the right thing, and that's what we started 5 years ago, which is really embracing all of the ideas that you have and embedding them into our platform, making us successful together. And that's where the advisory program launched. 5 years ago, it's now expanding. In fact, it's up to 6 groups. It's going to go to 8 in the next month. There are a huge number of folks who have taken the time out of their day to collaborate with us on a regular basis, to help us understand where the market opportunity is, to say, you know what, Calix, this isn't good enough. This is where you got to go. Take it higher. And we cannot thank you enough in the advisory groups, but even in the day-to-day meetings, spending the time with us to help us understand how you be successful. So thanks for that time. Thank you for that trust. Thank you for that collaboration. And that advisory group, they spend at least 1 time a quarter meeting with us, sometimes face-to-face, sometimes over Zoom. And it starts with the Leadership Advisory Group. These are CEOs, general managers, folks, COOs who I work with on a daily basis. And honestly, this form of collaboration where we talk on an ad hoc basis or structurally happens all the time, and it is invaluable. In fact, if you look at Smart Town, that came out of this group. If you look at Smart Town, you'll be familiar with, it was Brad Moline calling me and saying, you know what? We can bridge the digital divide with your platform and stop what's so bad about the pandemic, which is children who can't get access to broadband, just like that. And we did. If you look at one of the things we're going to talk about, long-range Wi-Fi, that came from Mike from Niemont, who called me and said, you know what? I want to resolve and solve for the farm. And so this level of innovation only comes if we're constantly open to new ideas and we're collaborating on a regular basis. So let's give this group a big round of applause for the time they've given. Thank you very much. The next 2 advisory groups are the bread and butter of our business. They're the operations team, network engineering. How do we build reliable networks? How do we bring in new technologies? How do we automate? How do we make everything that you do highly reliable and a great beginning step for satisfaction in your industry. And then the broadband operations team is around how do we look across your business. Everything that we do on our platform starts at the edge of the data center and goes into that subscriber, and there's an opportunity to automate everything. How do we use technologies like AI and workflow and all those capabilities to solve the problems that you're dealing with every single day? Let's give these two groups a big round of applause for thanking us with everything that we're doing, helping us. The next two groups are customer support and go-to-market. On the customer support side, look, support has gone way beyond I'm rolling a truck to the home. Support is now, how do I understand that subscriber? How do I dispatch the right people? How do I have a field technician understand that subscriber? And when they're there making the customer successful, how do they go to the next level? How do they actually potentially do an upsell, cross-sell? How do they identify, hey, there's an opportunity. You have children. Why aren't you installing Bark? Do you understand the dangers of cyber risks and cyber threats? And so that's something that we're collaborating with on a regular basis. And on the go-to-market side, it's all about understanding that subscriber. We have the richest set of data to understand the subscriber, to build great relationships with them, and identify opportunities to make their lives better, to upsell, cross-sell, to attract new subscribers. So let's give them a big round of applause and huge thanks for everything they do every day. And the third group is tribal and finance. On the finance side, you can probably guess what they're talking about. Cash flow, supply chain, how do we make you more profitable? Where are the best places for you to make investments? How does Calix partner with you as you seek out broadband programs, as you seek investors, as you try to make your business stronger? And we really like that we launched this because it's a great opportunity for us to understand how you think and ensure that from an operational point of view, Calix as a company is thinking the way that you think. And then on the tribal side, it's around how do we help tribes? How do we help this unique community who has an opportunity to change the way that things work in that tribe? How do we help them be sustainable so that for generations, like many of you are doing today in your regions, how for generations can we make their lives better? Let's give them a big round of applause and huge thanks for everything they're doing with us. And as I said, look, this conference is all about success, and success starts with innovation. It's about how do we partner to understand what the things are that you need every single day to be wildly successful. How do we innovate on your behalf? And for us, innovation really has three components to it. The first is simplification. How do we simplify your lives? How do we make it so that you can run your business at incredible margins, very, very profitable, so you continue to invest and you can be successful? How do we make it so that you can launch a new product in days instead of years? How do we make it simple for everything that you do? The second component of it is excitement. And the way we think about excitement is we go back to the subscriber, understanding what they need from you, understanding your communities, understanding how you can change them on a regular basis, and then going to that level where that student walking down the street, that fireman, that parent, that constituent, whenever they're walking down the street and as they walk by that football field and they see your logo because you've lit up the football field and got Wi-Fi so that Friday night football is a completely different experience. So when they see your logo, they go, I love that company. That is excitement. And that's what we want to help you do every single day. Raise the bar and make your communities great. And it really comes down to the third one, which is then grow. And grow means two different things. If you're for profit, so you're a family-run organization, you're PE-led, it's all about profitability and continued growth and bringing on great subscribers. If you're a cooperative, it's all about your members. How do you run a great business? You can continue to invest. And regardless of your structure, it always comes back to one thing. You have told me over and over again, the most important thing for you around growth is how do you grow the communities that you serve? And in fact, today, as we have new customers come up and talk about it, that is the one theme that is consistent every single time. All of you care. And growth to you is way beyond profits around how do I do good things for my community. And look, we've been growing. We've been growing our investments to ensure that we're right beside you the entire time, and we're making you successful. If you look over our 13-year history of transforming our customer company from a hardware company to a software and cloud platform company, It's been a hard journey. You've trusted us, and we deeply appreciate that trust and how you've been with us on that journey. And as you can see, a year ago, there was an inflection point. And that inflection point was that as the 13 years and $1.2 billion invested led to a level of maturity, we could then start to change what we were doing. Instead of building the foundation of the business, building out the platform, which will never be done and constantly will be upgraded, but we could really focus our investments where? On your innovation. And as you can see, 2022 was a good year for innovation, but 2023 was a knock your socks off big year where the proof of a power of a platform became clear. No one in our industry has innovated that fast, ever. And the beauty of it is if you look at our R&D investments, if you go back to 2020, it was around $80 million. They've doubled over that time. They'll get higher in 2024. But the real power isn't the total dollar value. The real power is that inflection point, because all of that money is going into your innovation. And what you're going to see through 2023, the rest of the year into 24 and 25, is we're going to get faster and faster and faster. And what does that mean? You're going to get faster and faster as you grow your communities. And we're super proud of what you help us do. And look, when we were here a year ago, we had a theme. We challenged you. Be the giant. Go after those legacy companies. Take them on. Let's fight together. Be the giant. And you looked at the market and you said, you know what? I'm not going to do the basics. I'm not just going to go do dumb PON and a little bit of crappy Wi-Fi and put it in the market and hope that things worked. You said, no, I will be the giant. We are going to be the giant. We're going to set, at the basic level, the highest level in the marketplace. And you started with launching with us on Gigaspires. You have this broad portfolio, over 14 different systems that allow you to mix and match all that technology to meet the unique needs of every single customer. Then you said, you know what? There is no way I am going to allow a consumer brand, someone else's brand, on my mobile app. No way. You're going to put your brand on that mobile app, and every single time they interact with that mobile phone and they see the good things that you've done, that you have done for them, it's going to be your brand in front of them, and they're going to know you do good things. That's what you did with Command IQ. And then you launched Protect IQ and Experience IQ. Protect IQ, because that, at the network level, stops all the bad things in the home. It stops viruses and malware and phishing. It stops it right at the network point. And you expanded your capabilities with Experience IQ, and you began the partnership with parents, providing them basic parental controls so that they could stop their children from seeing bad things. But the key thing is, hundreds of you decided to go farther. You actually said, you know what? The mission of my company is to make my community and my members better. My members need to be better. I need to step up, and my value is all about I care. And therefore, Protect IQ, I'm going to put that with every single consumer. I'm going to make sure that grandma and grandpa, who have no clue how to install virus protection, or if you open the paper every single day, what do you read about? Some elderly person who got taken advantage by some phishing attack from a foreign country where they gave away $50,000 of their money, and now their retirement's ruined. You said, you know what, I have an opportunity, and every single one of my constituents, I'm going to ensure they have that protection because that's what I can do. Everybody gets Protect IQ. And there's hundreds of you in this crowd that are now doing that. Hats off for living your values every single day. Well done. But you didn't just stop there. You said, you know what, to be a giant, I got to go to the next level. And you launched Arlo so they could secure their home. Yes, you can go to Best Buy and you get those things, or you actually put your brand on it. Now, Arlo has not been easy. We've had challenges. It's a consumer technology that we're trying to make it so that you can easily support it. It has not been easy. But you took that journey with us because you knew long-term that we'll work towards it and make it great. Most important, a whole bunch of you said, back to my values, I care. My values are about the community. And you said, we're going to launch Bark, even though we're really busy. And this was a conversation I had with a whole bunch of CEOs. They said, my team is overwhelmed. We're building new markets. We're laying fiber. We've got all this funding. There's all these things we have to do. I don't know if I can do something else. I'm so overwhelmed. I bet if I raised the lights here and said, who's not busy, raise your hand, right? How many hands would go up? None. We're all too busy. But actually, when you're too busy, that's actually when you decide whether or not you live your values. Are you actually the company and the team that you say you're going to be, or are they just platitudes on a wall? Yeah, we care about the community, but we're too busy. So when you look at what Bark is, look, that's not a high profit engine for us. Bark, we did it because of the fact that you said you care. And a whole bunch of you launched Bark, and what I found most inspiring, and you're going to see it from the people who are on stage, because they all launched Bark, and they said, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give it to our employees. Now, it's a US-only product, but we as Calix found that really inspiring. Because they say, you know what? I have team members, and if success starts with people, I'm going to start with my team. I'm going to make it free to everybody. So we as Calix did that in August, inspired by you. But you know what? It's the right thing to do. So every Calix employee in the United States actually has access to Bark so that they, as a parent, can deal with cyberbullying, depression, abuse, and all the bad things that are happening on the social networks, because it's really important. And then you went to the next level and you launched it. And we're going to hear about that today, how you actually lived your values. You didn't let your values be on the wall. You actually did what was hard and say, I'm going to make some time to make it happen. And I can't tell you how proud we are with those of you who've done it. And there's a bunch that are in the launch phase, and we will be all over it. You can expect us to bend over backwards to help you succeed, because the reality is, kids are important, and we can do big things there. And look, that's what this whole conference is about. How do you go higher? It's easy to do things when things are great. It's hard to do it when you're under all kinds of pressure. And what we're going to do is we're going to be giants together. We're going to take giant steps higher. We're going to go across your communities, and we're going to be more than companies. We're actually going to change the communities that we serve by doing great things and growing them every single day. With that, let's kick the conference off. Let's welcome Matt Collins to the stage. Come on up, Matt.